Welcome to the Nerd Pow Wow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on characters, storylines, and theory crafting. We're currently live under Surf the Host every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Screw the
It's our voices with your imagination. Our theories take us down endless rabbit holes. We give our fellow nerds something to consider at the gaming table. Follow us as the Nerd Pow Wow.
With that said, Darkwayne, what are we talking about today?
All right, nerds. Tonight we're diving into one of the craziest horror franchises to come in years, Art the Clown. He somehow went from a low budget indie slasher that most people had never heard of into a full blown horror icon. But he doesn't talk, he has no one liners. It's just pure nightmare fuel, some of the most insane practical effects put on screen, and enough gore to make even hardcore fans squirm. And that is so darn true with
Yeah.
especially the first one where he's sawing this girl from bottom to top. So, um, so let's see how this silent psychopath carved his way into at least my horror history. He's one of my favorites. I know he's kind of like a lesser known one. He's not the Michael Myers, the Freddy, the Jason Voorhees, but he's definitely up there for me.
He's an up and
What about
coming.
you? Oh, he really is. They're coming out with Terrifier 4 soon-ish. So let's see what happens. So did you guys dive in with some homework? What did you think?
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to Terrifier 3 yet. But I've seen the first two and learned a little bit about the director and some of that stuff. So I'm excited to talk more about Art the Clown and the Terrifier franchise. I thought it's definitely a lot of the same note. It's a lot of gore, it's a lot of hyper violence, right?
Mhm.
But it knows what it is and it does it well, right?
Yes, it does.
It knows what it is. It's supposed to be creepy clown, and gosh, it is a creepy clown. The clown's name is Art, so he paints these ghoulish masterpieces wherever he goes. So I have to say, Art, while he isn't in my he isn't my favorite yet. I definitely can see him climbing the ranks of slashers in the new era of movies, and yeah, I think it's gonna keep going, and no sign of slowing down yet. So
I thought it was kind of interesting that he was, that he came around before the Terrifier movies. That he had small, he appeared, and then so it's kind of like he was. I don't know how often a horror movie was created around, like a character was created, and then someone was like, "We need to make a bigger movie
Yeah.
for that." You know what I mean? It's interesting. I guess it has happened before, but I just thought it was kind of neat that it was like that. I did. So what's his name from American Horror Story? Remember Twisty the clown? Did you the one that had
Yeah.
There's at
Spooky
times that he
too.
kind of, I think it's the silent thing. I think he kind of had the same kind of vibe from him, but he is. I mean, it's gross. Like I said, horror's not my number one go to. So, but as far as that goes, I do think John hit it on the head that it knows what it is.
Mhm.
It knows exactly what it is, and it does that well. Because a lot of horror that tries to be something it isn't doesn't land the same. And this one definitely, it's like, hey, we're going into this genre. We're gonna be this genre. We're gonna embody this genre, and I think that's what has given him his rapid ascension in fame. Is that they just have become a great poster child for what modern gore has embraced.
It
So
is it is interesting how it began, like you said. Damien Leone, the creator, he wasn't getting much traction at first, so he put it on YouTube, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 everyone started following. And even with the first Terrifier, he didn't have a big budget at all. All Hallows Eve had even a more limited budget, but with 2 and 3, he latched on with someone that saw his work and like, I want to throw my money at this. This is going to well. I just want you to make sure you put me down on the publishing group. And Damien's like, well, yeah, of course. I'll put your name
yeah,
anywhere you want. Just throw the money at me. We'll make this. And you could see how from All Hallows Eve, where it's just a babysitter watching 3 videos, to actual Terrifier 1 and then 2 and 3 was the best yet. budget wise. And I guess 4 is going to be even a bigger budget. So we'll see what they come out with that.
I like that they
Um,
kind of recap the killings in the Terrifier 1 and 2 that they had in All Hallows
mhm.
storyline. I think that was a nice touch that they kind of brought that in because they knew that hardly a fraction of the people watching these movies are even going to see those previous things. And anybody who has seen those before, that's a nice little Easter egg to be like, oh yeah, this happened before.
Yeah. I didn't know about, I knew about All Hallows Eve. So I'm thinking the Ninth Circle that came out in 2008. And then it actually was called Terrifier in 2011. They were short videos. And then when you watch All Hallows Eve, they're 2 of the 3 videos that are in it. Hey, I remember watching this. So, and usually movies don't kill children. For the most part, they're usually off limits. I don't remember Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers killing a child. But in the Terrifier, Art the Clown, I mean, in All Hallows Eve, he beheaded 2 children, and she walked in there. There's just 2 children heads. So they definitely, like you said, again, we're going to repeat it. It knew what it was.
Yeah,
It's just, you know what, we're going to do this because that's what we do.
definitely pushing the envelope. I
Mhm.
I don't know how they avoided the NC-17 rating for
Yeah.
some of it. It's pretty
Yeah.
gory. It's pretty, and that's one thing that makes Terrifier so it's not in my top because I'm not a huge fan of kid slangs. Like I don't know what the age is, but there's a certain age where I'm like, I don't even like the actor being put in this position, right? Like that's
Yeah.
I kind of work backwards from there, and it's like I actually feel for this actual human child that's in this production. Now there are ways to ethically and responsibly do, that type of a filming, but I don't know. Sometimes horror it feels like that there aren't as many guards, in that way. So it really has to come down to an ethical director, which
I
yeah,
I think how you put with children is how I feel with dogs.
yeah,
I don't like movies that kill dogs.
Yeah, don't do the dogs.
No.
yeah.
Oh, I just watched I have to think of it. Oh, John, the movie we just watched. I mean, in theaters, the dog
Oh,
was whining, the dog was whining. I'm like, "Don't do it. I know you're going to do it." And then he did it. And I'm like, "Oh."
yeah, yep, yep.
Like, all right, brain fart. What was the movie called?
Oh,
What did we
that
just
was Evil Dead.
Evil Dead Burn, Evil Dead
Yep,
Burn. There we
Evil
go.
Dead Burn. Yeah.
I had
Oh, that movie
huge
was
brain
sweet
fart.
though. I really liked that movie. I
Yeah,
know
it was
you
real
didn't
good.
you didn't like that scene, but man, the rest of the movie it was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Do the evil do the are the Evil Dead still like feeling into the old? I mean, they still have the feel of the old Evil Dead.
It doesn't feel the same.
No.
No,
And it might be because Bruce Campbell's not in it.
yeah.
I don't know.
That's
It
part of it.
definitely
It's also that it's not campy, right?
right.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Evil Dead should always be campy like that. See that kind of horror I can get behind, like the original Evil
Oh,
Dead.
yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
it's funny, it's humorous, it has that like ridiculous quality to it. I don't know. I like even some of the early like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Had that like supernatural quality to it
Mhm.
instead of the unkillable like guy.
Yeah.
You know,
The
just
way Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi have been handling the Evil Dead franchise and what they kind of want is like an anthology type series where it loosely connects because they had stuff from the third Evil Dead, I think, in this movie and the
Yeah.
previous movie. They had stuff from the second Evil Dead and just different books because there were three Necronomicons from the original Evil
right.
Dead. I believe either that or Ash versus the Evil Dead, but so there are connections with the Evil Dead, but I guess the vision was Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell not being as much involved in this project as they are just creating a franchise. Like there has to be a chainsaw, there has to be these Evil Dead traits, but
Right.
otherwise do whatever you want pretty much, and that's what they do. They give they give this franchise basically to new directors who have something to prove, have something to show for themselves. So even if the movie's not very good, like the cinematography is very good in the Evil Dead movies I've found. Like you can see like this most recent one, it feels like a casting tape to try and get a job working for Marvel and filming a Marvel movie. Like that type of thing. It's like, okay, well, this scene here definitely you could see where they'd later be like, "Hey, look at my work here. Look at how awesome it looks." And doesn't this translate into like a superhero attack or something like that? So I could
Yeah,
see some of that stuff too.
I do love that in the original, like, because Evil Dead 1 and 2 were the same movie.
it is.
Yeah,
Literally the same movie. Two was just a kind of a remake, and then Evil Dead 3 was Army of Darkness. But there was a quality of movement, like a way that the dead or the bad guys moved. It was just creepy. They were really skillful in that they had a very unique, like, I could tell in a moment whether or not I was watching an Evil Dead. That way they moved, the way they looked, even the makeup was similar. Like the dead looked like the dead from the Evil Dead. You know what I mean? They had a whole like look. I don't know. I really like that about them. But like I said, it was few and far between the horror that I actually like.
yeah.
Now, when it came back, Evil Dead in 2013, I enjoyed that one. It was different. Um, but Evil Dead Rise, the one that came out in 2023, I did not like that movie at all. I just maybe I'll give it another try because it's Evil Dead, but I just could not get into that movie.
I'm
But
I'm of the same
Burn was
mind.
really good. Yeah,
I
Burn was
think
very
this Burn was very good. I think this Rise, they did do a good job shooting it, but
good. Yeah.
just very wasn't great. And everything else was kind of a mess. For me at least. I mean, there were some hits, but I don't know. I definitely agree with you though. I didn't like the second re-release.
I
I
didn't
mean, I
see any
guess
of the new ones. I watched the 20 part of the 2013 one was like not the Evil Dead, and that was the end of
Yep.
yeah,
it.
it's
Like,
different. I enjoyed it, but it's different.
I need a
It's
little
not
bit
like
of
the
this is my boomstick. I'm gonna
Well,
need that.
you don't have much backstory for Ash, and he kind of fits into any of these random plots that you put him into. And I think that's what works for the character is because everybody can kind of see themselves in Ash in a way. And he's such a versatile character to put in all these different scenarios, right? Like hell,
Yeah.
he's in this medieval thing to kind of loop that back to Art the Clown. I can see Art the Clown as character. He doesn't have much of a stated backstory, but you can put him in these scenarios and in these different stories and
Mhm.
have the story kind of work around him and how the environment and the people interact to him as a force. Yeah.
One of the creepiest things about it, he looks 100% like a wicked witch dressed up as a clown.
Yeah.
He's got the pointed nose. He even has the dot, which is kind of like the mole on the nose. I
He
mean,
does.
sunken face, the exaggerated eyebrows. He's 100%. If you painted him green and gave him a pointed hat, 100% he's a wicked witch looking thing. I mean, he's very much that facial structure. And then they just take that and make that a clown, which just adds this additional creepy. I thought that was really effective to take this like known creepy visage
Mhm.
and then make it a clown. Just that's kind of. I don't even know if that was their intent, but it's 100% the result.
I do
So
like their the how he's progressed through the movies. And definitely his facial because he's
more
completely
demonistic kind of.
yeah. It's like his all of a sudden he's straight faced and all big old smile and the frown and
Yep.
he once he decides he's going to kill you, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
He'll look at you like, yeah, I guess you're gonna die. And I love how you painted the picture earlier when you said art. He's painted in blood. He's painted in feces. He's painted in lots of stuff. Just he has to write
Shaving
his
cream
name.
and toilet paper to frame that poor kid.
That's right.
What an asshole. And then oh man, what an
Oh,
ass.
and the best
Man.
one's he's in a Halloween store or something like that, and he cut off the shop owner's head while this mom and kid are looking through the windows, and he's holding it as a prop. And so the person looking in the window thinks, "Ooh, I like that display. We should get
Yeah.
that, mom."
It's great.
That
Yeah,
David Thornton's talked about wanting to be the Joker, play the Joker, the
That'd be
actor who plays.
that'd be
I
sick.
could see that. His facial expression, I could
Yeah.
see that.
I mean, yeah, if you just take the makeup off and the way that that guy grins and is able to do that, you can really exaggerate you can make it very Joker-esque. You
So
can
I
almost see the Terrifier 100% being some kind of twisted version of the Joker.
Yeah. When Damien made the first two Terrifier things before the official film, he just had one of his friends that he knew could sit in a makeup chair for 3 hours, fill the role, right? The first Art was very human looking, and then the
Yeah.
second movie that they did, a little short movie they did within All Hallows Eve, or within the Ninth Circle, um, he got a little bit more like he had a big nose, like a big bump in his nose.
Hmm.
They added that. But I think Damien's inspiration for Art was do the opposite
Yeah.
of Pennywise.
Yes.
Which he's the opposite. He's a clown, but he's not colorful. He doesn't talk. He's just silent. He's just menacing. He's got the oval face where it has the big bulbous head, and yeah, just a whole lot of differences there. To where it's like these are two very distinct scary clowns.
Even though Damien's come out and said that Pennywise had no inspiration or lack their inspiration of Art the Clown. It has nothing to do with Art the Clown, but you can't help but think there's differences, like
So many
direct
complete
differences.
differences. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like this to me. That's no different. Just because they're clowns, that's no different than there being two male. That's to me, they're as different as like Freddy and Jason, or Jason and Michael Myers. They're
yeah,
wildly different. They just happen to be clowns. You know what I mean? They're not. I don't see any inspiration
Yeah.
from one into the other.
right.
They just happen to be clowns. And we've had evil clowns before. We've had killer clowns from outer space
Now
before.
I haven't seen the third Terrifier, so forgive me for this take if it changes, but I can see a lot of inspiration for Art coming from Freddy Krueger, but also Michael Myers. Um, just cinematography, the way he does some things is very similar to Michael Myers. Like when he gets up from the table after he's killed, his resurrection where
Yeah,
he just sits straight up. The only difference is he's holding a guy's neck when he sits straight up in Terrifier.
And when he went
Um
swing, that was the biggest part. That was like the Michael Myers for me. It was like,
yeah, exactly. But then,
but
Freddy, he's invading people's dreams, he's screwing with reality. Um, and like they even in the second one, they showed like different layers to hell almost. Like the girl was literally a falling angel through different layers of hell through the movie, which
yeah,
it was a little heavy handed, but I mean, it was obvious what they were doing. They wanted to make a storyline because I guess the first storyline, there were complaints a lot of people had, like it's too short. It wasn't like you didn't have any story behind it. It was just violence for violence sake. And so Damien, he knocked it out of the park for the second movie as far as a
yeah.
horror movie goes, correcting those things because it's got a crazy runtime, like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something crazy, I think. And they gave it a legitimate story. I'd say it's a C B story, but that's pretty good for horror.
And,
So
and like you said, it kind of with the Michael Myers vibe. All Hallows Eve occurred on Halloween. It was a babysitter
true.
watching, so that started with that. And then if you think Sienna Shaw is kind of like your Laurie Strode, Art the Clown has a nemesis. She plays a big part in Terrifier 3. She is his nemesis, as Laurie Strode was Michael Myers. So you can draw comparisons like that a little. The only difference is 3 takes place, spoiler, John, takes place at Christmas time.
Oh, I already knew that. I've seen so many Santa arts.
Yeah, Santa Arts.
yeah,
But
I don't get a lot of the parallels because I haven't watched. I mean, I think I've watched a half of a Halloween ever. I think I've
Yeah.
watched a half of a uh, Friday the 13th ever. It's just not my thing, so I haven't been overly. And I watched the first few Nightmare on Elm Street, but like my favorite one was like Dream Warriors because
Yeah, I
it
like
was
Dream
cool.
Warriors.
It's like
yeah,
had that fantastical thing to it. But
I've definitely seen every movie of those 3 characters.
yeah,
But there's definitely movies I wouldn't see again of those 3 characters. The first Halloween I'll watch. It's really not that good a movie if you think about it, but I'll watch it over and over and over again.
Michael Myers and Art can both drive vehicles.
Yeah, and they were one was grew up in an insane asylum, the other one's just a demonic demon. So how do they learn how to drive?
Driving apparently is really easy, especially if you're a psychopath. He cut everybody
That's
off.
fun.
And he's driving and is able to shoot the guy in the head.
I like that too. He's kind of like Indiana Jones. There's a little bit of an Indiana Jones. You know, as soon as the protagonist starts getting the upper hand, he pulls out a fucking gun and just shoots him. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
person's going to be any amount of problem. Let's go ahead and just shoot him in the face.
Is that something Michael, Jason, and Freddy never did was shoot anybody? But
My-
Art, he's got a gun in that bag.
My guess is the resurrection. He just doesn't want to wait for it to happen, or maybe I don't know. The shooting thing doesn't fully make sense because I would see a character like that to almost be like a masochist in a way as well, where he would be okay with that pain and being, you know, murdered so that he could be resurrected again, right?
Even though at the end of the first movie, he did shoot himself in the face.
That's true.
The cops are coming in. And he's a. So
Now, do you think he knew he was going to resurrect?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah. I mean, they never say that, but I do.
Since he
Just
came
like
out of the TV in the All Hallows Eve movie, do you
Mhm.
think he knows that he's in a and that he knows he's going to respawn because he's
Ooh, I don't know that one. Ooh.
Starts getting awful. He starts breaking the fourth wall there.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That's
I can
exactly
see
it.
it.
And then they bring in the pale girl in the second.
Yes.
Victoria, I mean, she's faceless in the second one because she's the sister of Tara that was killed by Art. And then Victoria actually plays a part in the second one and the third one.
Hmm.
She actually births Art's head after it was cut off. She gave birth to his head so he could have a head again.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So that's how he resurrected that time.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's no crazier than anything in Marvel.
oh,
I just see Jim Rybain over there shaking his head.
It's like, what the?
Uh,
But it did make mention that there's a movie where head came out of the back of another woman's skull to then be placed on a demonic character. And I forget what movie they said, but Damien said, I don't want to repeat that. That's why they had Victoria birth this head.
and this was the third one, right?
Yes. 'Cause
Which
he
takes
got
place
decapitated
which takes place
on
when?
Christmas.
Which also is celebrating the birth of a
Christ.
savior, and now we have the
That's
birth
right.
of Art's head.
That's right.
Oh man, good symbolism there.
so dumb.
The park.
I wouldn't say the third one's better than the other ones, but you can definitely tell there's a better budget.
I think the second one's better than the first one.
Yeah, even though the first one was my first Terrifier, I didn't watch the All Hallows Eve. I actually didn't watch All Hallows Eve until Terrifier first one in 2016. I just remember watching. It's like, this is freaking gore.
Yeah.
I mean, how many movies do you have a naked woman hanging upside down and he just starts sawing?
Not enough.
Not enough, I guess. So,
Oh,
and then he tied up Tara to watch this happen
Yeah.
because he loves an audience.
Every good clown has an audience, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he has the boy sit in front of while his mom who got shotgun blast. Yeah, he does that a lot. It's kind of his
Yeah.
thing.
Because he had
He-
tied up Sienna as he killed her friend Allie. They had him in the living room in the second.
Every restroom he goes into, he paints a beautiful mural for everyone to see.
Sure does.
It's kicked out of places. Oh my
messed
gosh.
up.
He likes to saw off heads.
I mean, if I was working at a donut shop and I saw, or a pizza shop, if I was working at Pizza Hut again and I walk into the bathroom and I see an
Oh.
art mess, I'm not cleaning it. And if you make me, I'm quitting my job. I'm leaving. Like, call somebody, a bio person. Like, that's
Well, that's
Not
what
me.
that's what the guy in Terrifier, the little 20-minute movie, said. When he threw Art out of there, and she's like, "Aren't you going to clean that?" He's like, "That is not my bathroom, and my shift ends in an hour, and I am not cleaning," because he wrote in blood.
yep. Oh,
So
man.
funny.
And then he ended up beheaded, so he definitely
Yeah.
doesn't have to clean it up.
No.
You mentioned the kind of squirrel here a little bit, but you mentioned about Ash and the Evil Dead. Did you guys enjoy the TV series?
Yeah, I mean, it
watched-
was entertaining. I watched part of it. I started watching the first season. I wanted to like it more. It didn't keep me, but it wasn't
yeah.
bad.
It was campy again, but it was like it was an updated campy. So because it happened in 2015, Bruce Campbell's a little bit older,
Yeah.
but it had some weird killings.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It ran for 3 seasons. There were 30 episodes, and I really liked it. I wanted more.
I thought it was good. The problem is that was one of those things, like, because Laura doesn't do horror too much, and so other than zombies, Laura
Yeah.
loves zombies, but everything else she's kind of so. That's one of those things I'd watch late at night, and so I'd be on my couch and I kept falling asleep through it. Like
Yeah.
I'd miss a couple episodes because I didn't remember where I left off at from the previous night, and so I watched it, but it doesn't fully count.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my excuse for not catching up on the anime shows. Brandy hates anime.
Yeah.
So, and usually we go to bed, or by the time she goes to work at 10:30, I'm ready for bed myself. So,
Yep.
and if I lay in bed, watch TV, I'm done.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, it's no point in trying.
my daughter Allie and some friends, we've been having movie night every so often. The last two times we've had it have both been horror adjacent movies. We watched Weapons a month or
Heard,
so ago. That
heard.
was horrible. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Every character in there
The
was a
kids running
moron.
like this.
Yeah, every character in there was a moron. Not the actor. The character was written to be an absolute moron. Every one of them. And like I'm like, what is something in the water in this town? Is that the actual scary part that the water's bad and it just makes everybody in there a moron because they're all morons? And then lastly, we don't know what happened. The how and why of it. There's no. It doesn't leave you on a like a cliffhanger or a note. It's just like, yeah, we're not really going to explain why it all happened. It'll give you the general idea, but
That's
it's
something I kind of agree with you on. I didn't enjoy Weapons either.
terrible,
Give me some
terrible.
closure at the end, right? Is that kind of
Well,
the
it's like,
complaint?
well, I mean, the idea, and like I said, we warn about the spoilers. She's this woman is some type of witch or something. They never say that. She's obviously
Right.
some kind of witch, and she's something's wrong with her. We don't know what. Something's wrong with her, and she's trying to like somehow she can use use something from people. She puts them in like a catatonic state and stores them. And when she does that, something happens to her that's helping with whatever's wrong with her. That's the movie. Period. Bunch of people looking for the kids she's doing that to. We don't know what's wrong with her. We don't know the mechanism in which it helps her. We don't know what she's getting from them. Just that she took the kids and they run funny when she takes them. That's it. Fucking dumb. It was so dumb. It was terrible. I don't know why anybody would watch that movie. But and then I watched this past week we watched Obsession.
I love
The
that movie.
dude,
Oh, I love that movie.
I'm really glad I watched it. I will never watch it again because I, to me the whole movie was 100% how whatever the runtime is, an hour and 45 minutes. It was an hour and 45-minute sustained sexual assault. That's what the movie was, and it was like morbidly, like just intensely heavy for me because I can't even imagine like that's insane. It's insane. So I mean, it's powerful. The actress, she actually played Lana Lang's daughter in Superman and Lois, which I just already knew her. She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's her ability to go in and out and like she's great. She did an amazing job. I hope that the antagonist, the main character, the male main character, I hope that he's a great actor because otherwise he's a skeezy incel for sure because
Oh
he just
yeah, I think
fits
that's
into
how
that.
he's.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's a great actor. I'm hoping he's an amazing actor because in the first 30 seconds of the film, I'm like, oh, this guy is just a vile filth of a
Did you
human.
watch it, Seraph?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Every
that's right.
minute he's trying to save his own skin. Like he
Yeah.
Yeah,
never is redeemed at any point during the movie,
no,
nor should he. I don't think. I really liked it. I thought it was good. I know what you're talking about with the theme. I
Yeah.
get that, but I didn't get that quite as vividly as I think you picked that up.
yeah,
But
intensely,
yeah,
intensely.
yep.
Like when,
But no, it
like
is fair. It's a fair statement for sure.
yeah, I mean, when the sleepy customer service guy on the phone asks him if he wants to talk to her, and she's just screaming and screaming and screaming. She's screaming because she's trapped. There's nothing happening to her. Everything that's happening to her is being done to her by him. You know what I mean? It's a
To the
complete
wish.
over. Her will is 100% overtaken, and to me, that's what that kind of assault is, enforcing of will.
Yeah.
And in that one scene when it becomes absolutely clear to him what's happening, he knows it. And then there's a scene where he's like roughly going at it, and she's laying there like a dead fish. It's gross. It's just makes me want to vomit. Gross. Like I said, powerful. Exactly. It was
Yeah.
potent. Now,
Yeah.
I will not say that I enjoyed it, but I don't regret watching it. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
the acting and the the idea of showing how horrible someone like just a simple wish, like everybody like, I wish that person would love me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And people feel like that's the most innocent thing in the world, and it takes it and shows it for what it really is you just wishing this person didn't feel the way they felt. They feel the way you want them to feel, and that's terrifying. That's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
And so
So there
that kind of thing, I find a lot more effective to me. Like that's scary. That's terrifying. That's the kind of stuff that will keep me up at night. All of these, the Michael Myers, the Art the Clowns, they don't keep me up at night. That thing, yeah, it keeps me up at night.
yeah, there comes
Ugh.
it did very well at the box office, and I guess the budget was really, really low.
Yeah,
seven
they
hundred
did
Like,
fifty thousand
phenomenal with the
dollars.
budget.
yeah, it wasn't much, and they're making a second, so
Well,
it's
no, it's not a sequel. It's just set in the same universe.
oh, okay. Yeah, well, it can't. I guess it can be a sequel, but so he died, so his wish is gone, and obviously her wish is gone because he died.
Hmm.
So she's now free, and I'm assuming she remembers everything that
Well,
happens.
I'd read that he said the only mention of her or what's going to happen with her in the second one is they're going to have a newspaper, and it's going to show that she's in prison for killing all of those
Really?
people. She got life in prison, and that's going
Yeah.
to
Oh
be
boy.
that's going to be her involvement. She only got paid 20 grand for that role.
Yeah. If yeah, she was. She's probably the one most underpaid actress ever because she was. There's not many other women that could do that. I don't think.
Yeah, and she was
Could do
great
that very
in
well.
in Superman. And I know it's a superhero show, TV show. It's lighthearted or whatever, but she was really good in that show. Like the way that like her relationship with the one Kent boy was, like how she handled it and stuff like that. It was like believable. Like her emotions were believable. She's a great actress. I hope that
Yeah.
she really has a lot of success because I
I
like
bet
the
she.
I like the talent.
I bet she takes off after how well she played in
She
that movie.
should.
Yeah.
She's a great actor.
I
Great
think
actor.
I think the director of that movie said that he is planning on sending out checks for those actors, some of the people who worked on the movie, just because of how well it.
Yeah, which is fair. He should.
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
they originally made it, they didn't know it was gonna do what it did. I
you
mean,
take off. Yeah.
it's like buying a lottery ticket, and like horror doesn't do that typically.
No.
At least not to the degree Obsession did. It became kind of like a cult phenomenon.
Well, and you almost kind of have to, whether you want to or not,
Yeah,
because you want to make these new movies, and you don't want to be the guy who made something great and left all the people behind that helped
Yeah.
him make it great. Because I don't know that movie would have done what it did without her.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't
You
think you could put anybody in that role.
and I think he was actually the perfect person to play that role because he was kind of like that unwanted. He was always the guy that was friends, and he just played that part very well in my mind.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's like
He was
that.
a great loser. He did phenomenal
Yeah,
with it.
there we go. That's how I'm going. Like I don't think he's a loser in real life, but he played a great
Yeah,
loser.
he played a great
That's
loser.
And,
yeah,
and he had that thing where he didn't have to be a loser. His own skewed perception of reality and how you treat people and the things you do is what made him that way.
Mhm.
He had every opportunity to have the proper kind of interactions with these people, and he decided not to have those interactions. That's what turns him into it's almost like that incel
Yeah,
kind of thing. Felt like he was being wronged by people reacting to his own decisions. And that's just gross.
yeah,
The guy was gross. It was just, even his friend, um, even his friend at the very beginning when his friend was like, "Don't say any of that," when they're talking about what to say.
yeah,
You know, I'm like, oh, okay, good. We have a character that gets it. But by the end, that character is just as much of a scumbag as the main character. He when he runs to us, he goes to his house. He's in the house. He sees all the horrible stuff. He knows what's happened to the girl, and he's like, "Dude, I really have $1 billion. Who gives a shit about the $1 billion? This person that you've had a relationship with, and
yeah,
your friend, are friends with everything else, is being like horribly overwhelmed." And like, oh, I'm like, "You're just as much of a scumbag as your buddy."
John,
The only
you
one
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was
John,
saying the only one that was any decent was the girl, the friend.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
John, you said that you felt you needed to see this movie, right?
what's that?
You said you needed to see this movie, right?
I
Obsession.
said, well, once I've seen it, I'm glad that I saw it. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was very powerful to see. But
Well, what I was gonna say is with the director Curry Barker, what he did is he had a one wish will, and he's like, I hope everybody watches my movie. So that's why you had to go see that horror movie, John. That's what happened.
And
uh,
everybody has.
Yep.
messed
That's
up.
that's one movie. If you said, "Have you seen Obsession?" Somebody's got a strong opinion about it. One way or the other. Like just like Laura did not like it at all. That's her strong opinion about Obsession. I mean,
Yeah.
so everybody seemed to have different opinions about it.
The writing
Wait,
felt like Goosebumps a little bit,
Mhm.
but they had some amazing horror scenes. The scene where she comes into the car with that brick is so good.
Yeah,
It's so good. Like, and you
they're
can see
just
it coming. You just don't know the amount of violence that they're just going to start showing you immediately.
yeah,
you're just. I remember sitting there watching like, this isn't going to end well. This isn't going to end well, and all of a sudden it happens. Like, okay, it didn't end well.
and it's funny that the parts that stand out as the scariest to some people, like that was scary to me, but that was like inevitable to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when she's asleep and she's actually talking to him,
Uh huh.
and asking him to kill her and stuff
Yep.
like that, that's fucked.
It's
That is
haunting.
so
Yeah.
fucked. I'm like, no, I don't want any part of that. It's terrifying. Like, no, 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 no. Like that to me, that's the epitome of horror. Like that's terrifying. That's the no. And so that I can have like I'm like I can feel it so much, and it's so much of a like a this is what it would really be like if you gave a human being a wish. This is the shit that us as a horrible creature are just likely to create with the ability to have wishes. We're going to be using it to the detriment of someone else or a lot of others, and it just has that like reality smack in the face that I find way more scary than other typical horror
Right.
things.
I mean, it comes down to who's granting the wish too. Like this could have been a G-rated fun family movie too, with the same
Yeah,
setup of the story, right? Like young boy says, "I hope she loves me," and then fate
Yeah.
just pushes them together with all these, wonderful opportunities. He finds 2 tickets to her favorite concert just laying on the ground. They take a train that just, "Oh, we have 2 extra seats. Come on aboard." And like love is just set up from the universe for them, right? Like it could have been that story where it's kind of like, okay, like he wished for it, but like, she still has kind of that autonomy, right? And it's just that, so many things are happening, right? That it's just making things work, right? Like, and so it's a little less, ominous and spooky. But then we have it's some kind of jinn apparently granted the wish to those one wish willows, or a fucked up DM when somebody casts the wish spell.
yeah. I mean, and people had said that, or the director had said that, the writer, that it was more like possession.
Yeah.
Like there was two of her. Like, it was just this
Yeah.
thing that was like 100%, focused on him, and so it's separated from her. But it is. It's just when you lose that your will, there's just zero will. You're gone. It isn't like the genie in
Aladdin.
Aladdin where he's like, there's 3 rules here. I won't make anybody love you because that's creepy, and I'm not going to bring anybody back from the dead. But it's like I guess most jinn and things like that wouldn't have that type of ethic or
Moral compass.
morality.
Yeah.
I was just about to say the genie and Aladdin when you just said that, because like they made that a rule. I cannot make people
Yeah.
fall in love.
It
What
wasn't
if
certain.
the genie?
You couldn't make
What?
people fall in love. Couldn't bring them back from the dead. And there was another rule, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you can't wish for more wishes.
Wish for more wishes. Yes.
But yeah, it's because I remember thinking when I was a kid, I watched that. It's like it'd be so much easier if he just said, wish you love me." But then we saw what happened in that movie.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
maybe,
Well,
it's the same idea like Brightburn.
yeah.
What would it really be like if somebody had the powers of Superman? What could happen? How dark it could go? This is it, that obsession was very much that type of thing, like taking something that we think of like, yay, Superman, superheroes, saving the day. The sun is always shining on them, and realizing that no, no, not so much.
The
Oh,
boys of
Reality is,
yeah.
if it's reality is if it's humans behind it, likely it's going to become terrifying for somebody. So, or it can be. Ugh. I'm glad I watched it more, watched it again, and I won't not suggest it, but I will. I would. I do think that maybe they should have a little bit of thing on there that. And I'm not one for like warning people, but
I
there's a lot of trigger in that one.
I don't have a
I
problem
can
with warning people about stuff. I mean, oftentimes it becomes an advertisement, right? Like, I don't know,
true.
when I bought CDs as a kid, like if I saw explicit content on the cover, well, I'm gonna get this one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about like letting people know things because, but that crosses really close to censoring sometimes. So you have to
Okay,
watch that. You have to watch that meter, and because I'm so anti censorship, so
that's
I don't
fair.
mind being like, hey, just a heads up, shit gets kind of whack. And if if any kind of you know, I really hate saying things about like anything assault like that. I really talking about that whole thing is just I don't even
Yeah,
like bringing it up. But
fair.
just an idea that that's happening because I can imagine anybody who's had any kind of thing in that like that happen in their life, that movie being horrific. I mean, like years of therapy down the tubes because that's like taking their experience to the next level because it's unescapable. You know what I mean? It becomes from something you had happen in a moment in time that will stick with you for all time to something that's completely unescapable. There is no healing of it.
Yeah. I
Like,
I definitely
okay.
I could see it definitely triggering somebody. Typically, I mean, if somebody's went to therapy and has really, dealt with the issue, I mean, I could definitely see it being re-traumatizing in some ways, but I don't know. I think most people, if you've really went to therapy and took it seriously, still be able to come out of that and keep most of that with. Absolutely, would be upsetting for sure.
Yeah, yeah, maybe exaggerating because I'm coming from an angle where I don't have any scope of that. You know what I mean? I can't even put myself in this position. I can have empathy for it, but I can't have
Yeah.
any kind of true understanding of it. So, some things that I think might happen as a result could be completely just
Oh yeah.
ignorant because I don't know. But ugh,
Still in all,
because
it's creepy, creepy, creepy.
it is.
I have a friend that said basically the same thing. I liked it, but I won't watch it again because of a triggering aspect. He came out of a pretty abusive relationship, and that was enough to trigger
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
movie like that. So I mean, and there's nothing wrong with putting disclaimers on there because heck, some I see more now about these movies that'll cause seizures, and there's just like a little line: "Be careful, the lights in the movie or the show
Yeah.
can cause seizures." So I
I've brought
mean,
up seizurerobots.com before, haven't I?
you have, yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Pikachu popping up on the screen trying to make
Oh
some
my god.
Japanese kids shake on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, just and don't and to the audience, don't go there because last time I looked at it, I think it was like a malware rid awful, awful thing. But I mean, it was originally just those like what do you call it, like Shogun Warrior looking robots, that they had back in the day, and they're just jerking around with red and green colors flashing. They're literally like seizure triggers. And we
Oh,
making people's home pages. They're not good.
oh. So
Crazy.
what movie are you guys watching next?
I don't know. I told them I'm picking the next one because they keep picking horror ones.
Well,
Okay.
I'm planning on seeing Pinocchio on Monday.
Yeah.
Pinocchio and Hinged. I am basically on an island by myself with this one, but I enjoyed Blood and Honey, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, both of them. Now the first one, not many people liked it all, except for me. The second one, you could definitely tell they had a bigger budget. It was much better, but a lot of people didn't like it, but I did. So
What
like,
was the one where the banana splits went bad?
um, um,
It was
yeah,
those were 100% the characters from the old Banana Splits kids show. What's that?
I don't remember that show. Like, I think I've heard
Bananas
of it.
in pajamas?
No, Banana Splits.
Oh, just banana
Um,
splits? Okay.
yeah, they were called. It was like they were humans in like mascot things. It's called the Banana Splits. It was one banana, two banana, three banana, four, something, something, something coming done or coming in your door. I don't know, but
Coming in your door?
yeah, hopefully not. But well, let me look this up when it was. Something was around when I was a kid. The Banana
Maybe.
Split. Yeah, it was not. Oh my God, it's old. It's old, old. I didn't realize it was that old. But it was 68 to 70.
Oh,
There was like two dogs and a monkey and an elephant. But Um, 100%. There was a oh, they had a Banana Splits movie, a regular one, but there was a horror one where the characters were. You'll know it when I say it. Oh, they did make a Banana Splits horror movie in 2019. So maybe that's just the one I'm thinking of. It is. But they remade it. They did the same thing, Blood and Horn and Honey and everything else. It was just a Banana Splits horror movie. You got the characters walking around with axes and all the other good stuff.
I know.
That's great.
I think it's either Stars or Peacock, but they've Winnie the Pooh has Blood and Honey 1 and 2, but they've got Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. They have Bambi the Reckoning,
Bambi the
Pinocchio and
Reckoning.
Strong, and there's a Mickey Mouse one, it's Mickey Steamboat, and then there's a second Mickey Mouse horror movie.
So
I want
funny.
to see there's a Popeye one too.
Vargo just said horror porn, and I'm hoping he's talking about Pinocchio just telling lies the whole movie.
Horror porn. There's Cinderella's Curse.
Yeah, but yeah, I just like I said, it's just not for me. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me like that. I'm like, like I hear that like the Blood and Honey. I'm like, why?
Why does
Yeah,
this have
I
to
love
exist?
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm not like I'm glad people enjoy it, but it's to me, it's like it's so cheap and easy. Let's take something
Maybe that's
that
why I like
super
it.
innocent, turn it in, yeah, back to the horror porn. But
Yeah, right.
but just there's something like it's so like a easy thing. I can like reach in and grab anything and just make it scary. Make it blood and guts. It was not even scary. Like you could have if you turn something like Winnie the Pooh into an actual like something scary about it, that you could make something actually really dark around it, especially when it comes to like the original idea of this kid growing up with these toys and having this like fantasy realm. You could have had this whole thing where the kid's building this realm because of something horrible that's actually happening to him. You know what I mean? It could have like actual psychological shit going on. But now let's just make them. Let's just have blood and honey.
Blood
Like
and
oh,
Honey.
Well, that's the premise of the first Winnie the Pooh is Christopher Robin grew up, he left, he went to college, he got a job. Well, he comes back 20 years later, and all these creatures in a Thousand Acre Woods, they felt deserted, no care of them. They had to fend for themselves. I believe they ate Piglet. No, Piglet's still there. They ate one of them. I think they ate Eeyore, but
oh,
yeah,
Not
because Piglet
Eeyore.
replaced in the second one.
Goody.
But that's why they're evil is because they felt betrayed by Christopher Robin. Now the second one's just they brought out Piglet. I mean, Christopher Robin is actually still alive. They kept him. They kept him alive. They kept him chained up and alive. He does make an appearance in the second one.
So funny.
Oh, a gorilla wearing a spaceman helmet.
Yeah, I remember like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yep.
Seeing that. Kitty Cat.
Kitty
Kitty
Cat.
Cat shows up great against the background too. That's kind of great.
Yeah,
That is
Titus looks
really
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Green Titus.
Well, anything else? I think we covered most about Art the Clown. I'm excited for the fourth one. I really don't know where they're going with it. I would assume they'd start back at Halloween back because he was gone for 5 years until she had his head.
No, they're gonna have to do Easter for when he resurrects.
Oh, there's a
Right.
Killer Easter Bunny movie.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
We're all set.
Easter
Oh.
Bunny.
And there's multiple Killer Santa.
Yeah. And now what was the one? There was one recently that had where Santa had gone all like mercenary with the guy from Stranger.
Oh,
David-
David Harbour.
In a
Harbour.
Violent Night.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but that one
Oh,
looks.
I like that one too.
I would like to see that one. Looks hilarious.
Yeah. David Harbour's a good actor.
He's funny.
And it's so interesting how he was kind of plump in the beginning, and then I think it was season 4, he got like ripped. And then a few years went by and he wasn't ripped anymore. But he really changed his body over the course of years, like quite a bit. It's always impressive when people can do like Christian Bale is probably the
Yeah, I was gonna
best
say
one I've ever seen.
that
He'll
man. I
get
think
big,
he's
he'll
years
get
off life.
frail.
So I think he's taken years off his life for the way he's done things like that. Like
For
Yeah.
sure.
emaciated and gross, and then looks
Yeah.
all off. I'm like, damn, dude.
I mean, Hugh Jackman had a $5,000 or 5,000 calorie a day diet to get ripped for Deadpool and Wolverine. And I remember he got that diet from The Rock. And I remember the one time Hugh Jackman showed like, all right, you have to have a cheat meal. What is your cheat meal? And he's like, oh, I got a burger and fries from McDonald's. And The Rock just laughed at him and showed him like 2 McDonald's boxes, like Coke and everything. He was just we just pack it on.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, 5,000 calories a day. That's
Well, when you're if you're burning them like they're doing, they're fueling when you have that much meat on your frame, like actual muscle, the amount of energy that consumes is astounding. It's like so when like in the fight world, we used to laugh at people that would get that big because no matter how good your cardio is, all you have to do is stay away from me for a little bit because your body cannot keep that kind of fuel going. It just can't. It's
right.
not designed to do that, to have that sustained need for energy. It's very rare that a like an overly muscular. I mean, you can be striate. I mean, you can be like thin and wiry and strong and ripped and cut. But it's those guys that have that like bodybuilder, that all over that
Yeah.
meat takes so much fuel. They're gonna need to have things done in the first couple or the first minute, or else they're spent.
Yeah,
They're spent.
Yep.
I think or Brandon Brendan Fraser, he's gonna play in the Mummy. He's lost a whole bunch of weight recently.
Nice.
You gotta do another movie,
He's in
Mummy.
good shape.
I
Yeah,
love
there's a new
Brendan
Mummy
Fraser.
because he gained a bunch of weight for the movie The Whale.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much weight he did put on for The Whale, but to
I
then lose it all
I
for the Mummy, that's impressive.
I know he naturally put on a lot of weight after he left Hollywood for a while, but he came back for a couple, little projects like voice work because he messed his back up from the filming of The Mummy because he wanted to do all,
Mhm.
his body just wasn't cut out. And there was some Hollywood issues, that also kind of got him blackballed. It's great to
Un,
see him
un,
back in stuff.
Unfair to him.
He was in Doom
He was
Patrol as the robot guy.
Yeah.
Um,
He went through
eh,
some horrible shit because of
yeah,
Hollywood. I mean,
yep,
I'm glad he's back. The guys is I like Brendan Fraser a
Yeah,
lot. He's
I
yeah.
always like
Personality wise, he's a great person too. Like, yeah.
mm,
So, yeah, I hope to see him in a whole lot more.
too.
nerds. Anything else for the good of the order?
No,
This was a fun episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to.
Terrifying episode.
That's very good. We've been doing this for a while now, in this first horror thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
So
We'll have to do a
Chuck.
yeah,
little bit more.
yeah. I just well, that's a great thing about this is we haven't done horror before, but I knew nothing about anime really before we started this, and now all of a sudden I like the Devil May Cry series, Solo Leveling. I would never have watched that, and I freaking love it. I mean, this podcast has been very good for me of broadening my horizon.
Yeah. Actually, you bring up solo leveling. There is a knockoff solo leveling that came out. It's called Tomb Raider King. It's there are so many things that are just a direct ripoff. Even the protagonist looks identical. Um
Oh.
but it does grow into a different story where Jin Woo took, he kind of takes the high route. Like he kind of is the good guy. I know in Tomb Raider King that is not the traveled route of our protagonist for that but it has a lot more with to do with like different relics and stuff and it's based around some real world stuff as well. But I'm sure it's not as good as solo leveling, but yeah, I heard about that one recently, so I'm adding that to my watch list to see if I like it.
I really need to start writing this stuff down because I started so much. I've got so many open shows right now. And then by the time I get back to it, I basically have to start over because I forget what happened.
True.
Like, oh, we'll get there.
Just
Like
get
Devil May Cry, I haven't started that. I haven't started The Boys yet. They're too important.
yeah.
Important might be a strong word, but you should watch them. I
They're important.
Yeah.
But
Mariah Bain,
like,
did you see the second season of Devil May Cry?
have not.
It was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
even though I
It's,
finished the Daredevil, the latest season Daredevil, I enjoyed that.
Now that's
yeah.
where I'm falling behind is I don't have Disney Plus currently,
Oh.
so I haven't gone through Daredevil yet, and I haven't seen 97 yet.
Hey, do you like Mariah Bain and talking? I'm trying to watch what I say, so I don't spoil any. Like the
I just
guy.
I start seeing the X-Men chat and I'm like, nope, we just go by
Yeah.
that or ignore that. Same with online Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook right now, hardly at
Oh,
all. Like
see,
it's too many
that's
spoilers.
my whole Facebook is
Right.
full of X-Men '97. It really is.
Yeah.
By the
Don't
time
get
if I don't watch it at 3 in the morning, by the time I wake up, it's people are spoiling it already. I'm like, damn it.
Yep. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't.
Spoiler culture is gross.
I want to talk so much about that latest episode and how awful it was. So don't get me started.
I see why they made it. I don't understand why they felt like they had to.
What I
And
don't like is that I hope that this isn't a sign of what's his face being gone. I'm hoping that this isn't like he had something to do with the ending, because the first few episodes are basically the end of the last season. You know what I
Right,
mean? That it's just the conclusion. I'm hoping that that wasn't the end of his stuff, and now we're into the new regime, and the new regime is just awful. I'm so fearful of that.
I think they had to hurry up and fix something so they could go back, or so they can continue on with their story.
Yeah, but even then,
It didn't
like
need fixed.
it didn't
It
it
didn't.
didn't fixed, and there was absolutely, without spoiling, I can tell you that whoever wrote that episode has no idea who those characters are. They don't know. They do not know that was not Logan. It was not Wolverine. You know what I mean? It just wasn't him. Even what's his face? Characters people wouldn't even know. What's his name? What's that?
Kane or Maverick?
Kane. Kane was like this stoic, no funny business. He was almost like Cable with even drier. He was just this very dry, he's just
But he's
like
just
the worst,
laughing.
and he's just says moron in this, goofy. What are you doing? Like,
No,
oh,
I enjoyed the episode only because it's X-Men, and I had a good idea of what was going on, and I feel like I know why they, but
yeah,
I don't agree that they had to do it.
you don't get to be much more of a I'm an X-Men fan through and through.
Yeah.
And so for the same reason you said you liked it because it's X-Men, I didn't like it because it wasn't X-Men.
Makes sense.
That was kind of my thing. I'm like, because I know my X-Men, and I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Yeah, I was hoping when they said they were getting like the band back together, I thought they were doing some of the old Weapon X stuff. I thought we were gonna have like Mastodon and all these other old.
Maybe have an Alpha Flight.
Yeah, like we could have had all kinds of stuff. Alpha Flight would have been amazing. I'm a huge Alpha Flight fan. I wish that they had. I'm always clamoring for more Alpha Flight, but it just
John, I think I'm going to send you my login for Disney Plus. You got to catch up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Now, when Brandy yells at me and says, "Why is there someone in Cleveland area watching our Disney Plus?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just John. It's okay."
Perfect. Okay.
We got to get you caught up.
I mean, you have my Crunchyroll, so I guess I'll take your Disney. Sounds good to me.
That's right.
Hypothetically, not
Yeah.
actually.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll just
oh
joke.
crap! We're still recording.
It's all memes. All memes. All right. Bye,
All right.
guys.
All right.
Bye.
It's our voices
Well,
with
step
your
aside and watch how my adoring fans flock to me.
Rabbit holes. We give our fellow nerds